into episode 6 of Roots in the Round, a grassroots entertainment group production. Tonight's artists are Randy Gilkey, David Cortello, Ranford Almond, and Bart Lattimore. This episode is made possible by Waterside Bar and Grill, Mooresville Tattoo Company, and A&A Sales and Service. As always, a big shout out to the Iredell Arts Council for letting us have our event in their space. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Roots in the Round. Now here's your host, Brian Olson.
So y'all, I want to welcome you to episode 6 of Roots in the Round at the Iredell Arts Council. Thanks for being with us this evening. Tonight we got Randy Gilkey, we got David Cortello, we got Ranford Almond, and we got Bart Lattimore. Y'all make some noise one more time for us tonight. And tonight's episode is sponsored by Waterside Bar and Grill, Mooresville Tattoo Company, and A&A Sales and Service. And also we want to just say thanks to the Arts Council for letting us have this event here. And we're going to go ahead and get started with round 1. With Roots in the Round, we go in a little clockwise fashion. We got Randy Gilkey up first tonight. So how you doing tonight, Randy?
Oh, doing great. How are y'all doing this evening? Yeah, Thursday night.
So where are you from, Randy?
I'm from Oak Hill, West Virginia.
Man, you came all the way down here from West Virginia.
Came all the way from West Virginia to be with you all tonight, and glad I did.
Man, you got the most miles, I think, for any artist we've had on here so far. When did you start writing, man?
I've been writing songs for probably 20 years or so, but, you know, it's a funny thing. Songs will come to me, and then they don't for the longest time. And then another one will come to me. And usually when I write a song, it comes all to me in one whack.
Right.
And I know, like John Prine, he'll sit down and work on a song or he did, before he passed. But he would work on a song for a long time, and you know, I've tried to do that, but usually I lose interest or whatever by then. So I hope for the best when it comes when it does. You know.
Gotcha. So you've been at it for a little while then, man.
For a little while, I guess, yeah.
So when you started, what was your early inspirations that got you into music?
I don't know. My parents got me a piano for the family when I was a little kid. And so I was drawn to that and just kept playing that and, got in bar bands and stuff like that when I got older and really wasn't too interested in writing songs. But, as you get, older and I started getting into Bob Dylan and stuff like that.
Sure.
And he's one of my favorites.
Nice.
The Beatles, also one of my favorites.
Cool.
The band,
Yes.
another one of my favorites. So as you start getting into the more eclectic styles of music, you want to do that yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that may be how it kind of got started.
Cool, man. Is there anything that you're listening to nowadays that's jumping out at you that you want to tell us about?
I don't know. I need to be listening to some more stuff, I guess.
I hear you. Well, you're going to get a chance tonight. We got 3 other great artists on the show, and we're going to go ahead and let you get started with your first song. What's the name of this one, man?
Beyond the Door.
Right on, man.
Hope I can get a tune good enough to play it here. My guitar acted like it wanted to just do everything but be in tune there. But here, this is the original song. This is one of the ones that came to me all at once in the morning time. I was like, man, I better remember this one. So I recorded it so I wouldn't forget it. And it goes like this here. Town I grew up in. These aren't the people I know. I wanna get back to happy wherever I go. I think it's time for leaving. I hate to do it, I know. There's nothing holding me here and growing no more. I hate to leave, but it's time to go. My dreams are waiting beyond the door. after all of my dreaming, I want something to show. I made lots of music, but there's more I know. Wanna get back to living, plant a seed that will grow. Maybe a new start will help me, I hope. Well, I hate to leave, but it's time to go. My dreams are waiting beyond the door. Beyond the door is unknown to us all. I know there's times I slip and fall. Beyond the door, what a great place to be. I think it's time to go and see. But it's time to go. My dreams are waiting beyond the door. Well, I hate to leave, but it's time to go. My dreams are waiting beyond the door. I don't have time to wait no more. If I don't do it, I'll never know. My dreams are waiting beyond the door.
Dang, son. Killing it, Randy. That was awesome, man. All right, y'all. So we're going to move on over here to David Cortello. How you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
Right on, man. We're excited to have you tonight. Where are you from, David?
I live in Hickory. I'm from New Orleans originally. I came up here for work, and here I am. I
Nice.
like it.
Nice.
Not going back.
I hear you.
It's too hot.
When did you start playing music, man?
Well, I used to get in trouble like in third grade for singing in class, you know. But I started playing guitar. Probably I was about 12, I think. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to tell you the year, but yeah, I was about 12.
Gotcha. Probably not the same year that I learned when I was 12. So what were your early inspirations when you were 12?
Well, you know,
Might be able to identify the year,
you
so
know,
be
my
careful.
folks. Say again.
Said we might be able to identify the year if you're real specific, so be careful.
No, it's okay. I don't mind. I'll tell you that my parents used to listen to a lot of pop jazz, Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett and guys like that, and so I really came to appreciate songs. And although I play, I guess I'm more Americana than anything else. I really liked Barry Manilow when I was growing up.
Very cool.
Yeah, he was a good songwriter. You know, I think the song "I Write the Songs," he didn't write that. Billy Joel for sure.
Okay.
I saw him. The tour when the album with The Entertainer was on. Yeah, I saw that tour. He was he was playing to 5,000 people. Nobody knew who he was. But I listened to a lot of Billy Joel, rock and roll, Led Zeppelin. Certainly, I wore those records out. You'll know what records are, right?
Heard that. Yep. Anything nowadays? New artists that you're listening to? Anything like that?
You know, the radio is not the same as it used to be.
Agreed.
In fact, it's still playing the music that I listened to when I was growing up. So,
Right.
but friends turned me on to things. Students turned me on to stuff. Jason Isbell, I really like. John Hyatt, I like. So, singer-songwriters in general, I just kind of find myself attracted to, the artist who's singing his own music. It's always a little bit different. You know?
I gotcha.
little more sincerity in there, I think. Yeah.
Cool. Covering some big ground with all that stuff. So I'm excited to hear the first song you're going to play for us. What's the name of it?
Well, that's a good question. Yeah, so I saw Billy Joel in concert once, and he had a binder with all his lyrics, and he says, "Hey, you write 200 songs, you forget some lyrics." So I'm cheating a little bit here. Let's see. This is called "Dancing in My Kitchen." I used to live next to this couple, and I had been living there for about a week. It was a young couple. They had a bunch of kids, and I woke up one morning, and there were like 2 bikes in the driveway, one in the yard, and the van was sitting there, and 3 doors were open on the van, and nobody was around, and I thought, damn, I missed the rapture. But as it turned out, they did this all the time. They just couldn't kind of cope with the practicalities of life. But they were a sweet little couple, and they kind of got me started on this song. And I just I think songs just for me, they start somewhere, then I have no control over where they go after that. Yeah. I hope my battery didn't just die.
Uh-oh. It's one of them battery nights, isn't it?
I swear I know all the words to this song.
I do the same thing. I'll be like putting songs up, and then I won't even look at it. I'm like, why did I pull that up? Like, I knew every word to it, and I thought I was going to need it, and I didn't.
Just in case.
Exactly.
Dancing in my kitchen taught me how to lead. Box step and a waltz, vinyl floor beneath our feet. Dancing in my kitchen, my right hand fit just right. From your waist I drew you closer to my heart, and on that night I sank again into the sea. The deep blue ocean swallowed me, and in your arms I died again. Dancing in my kitchen. Dancing in my kitchen, you barely noticed how I stared. In your eyes I saw forever, and your smile saw everywhere. I sank again into the sea. The deep blue ocean swallowed me, and in your arms I died again. Dancing in my kitchen. Dancing in my kitchen, I knew it had to end, but I'll play that song forever, and when you're back I'll dance again and sink again into the sea. I'll let the ocean swallow me, and in your arms I'll die again. Dancing in my kitchen. Dancing in my kitchen. Dancing in my kitchen. Thanks.
Nice.
Nice, sweet.
I like
Yeah.
playing them kind of solos too, them little ballady, just kind of play between the chords. That was really pretty, man. I enjoyed it.
Thanks.
All right, y'all, we're going to move on over here to Ranford Almond. How you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing awesome. How y'all doing? Good to be here with y'all.
Yeah, we're doing good, man. We're excited to be doing another episode. We got a full house pretty much tonight, too. This is pretty awesome. Where are you from, man?
I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina, about an hour from here.
Right on.
I've been living in Boone the last few years, but just moved back to Greensboro a few weeks ago, actually.
Cool. When did you start writing music?
I started writing when I was probably 11 or 12 with my dad, but independently probably freshman year of college, I would say. So 17, 18 years old.
I gotcha.
Came back to it.
Was there anything that you were listening to back then that just kind of inspired you to be like, I got to play some music?
I grew up, my mom was a Deadhead, so I always grew up with Jerry and the Dead playing around the house.
Nice.
And, but I mean, John Prine, Townes Van Zandt, Guy Clark.
Good stuff.
Todd Snyder, I loved growing up. So a lot of different kind of stuff.
Right on, man. How about nowadays? Anybody jumping out at you that you think we should know about?
Lately, I've been really loving John Moreland.
Oh,
He's a
yeah,
writer
dude.
I relate to a lot. I
That
think.
guy's got soul.
And Billy Strings, too, has become one of my favorites. I love his songwriting,
Yes.
as well as his playing, obviously. So.
And I like his personality, too, man. He just tells it like it is.
Oh, me too.
I like that about him.
Me too.
Cool, man. What's the name of this first song you're going to play for us?
This first one here is The Ballad of Odie Wilson. It's a tune about one of my good friends growing up. Came up with it on a hike up in Boone, actually. Here you go. Well, I lived across the weeds from Odie Wilson. And growing up, I call him my best friend. We spend the evening passing around the pigskin. Mornings throwing line down by the bend. As the years went on, I sensed the situation. A broken home was breaking all his dreams. His words were growing cold in connotation. His anger was busting at the seams. Now he's held the 2 and 7 that they dealt him, since Texas couldn't hold them anymore. The restless heart's as broken as that rubber, and each of them with 1 foot out the door. With Odie came the second of their 3 now. Their passion but a loose and tattered thread. They somehow could ignore the growing hatred. They somehow made it right in both their heads. But a middle child's a screeching second fiddle. The favoritism beat him like a drum. His brothers were adorned in admiration. He always got the bottom of the jug. How can you learn to love if no one loves you? Well, all the while pretending you don't care. And how could you ever trust the man above you if you never lived a single day that's fair? But the trees way up atop the mountain don't grow tall like the ones way down below, 'cause they don't need to reach as high, stretching branches to the sky to bring on down grow. Bring on down the light, they need to grow. Well, his mother kicked him out when he was 16. And she caught us getting high out in my shed. He succumbed to all that soaring expectation. Oh, and now he had a hammock for a bed. So he took to saving ones and working doubles, shaving his two hands down to the bone. He got used to trekking through his troubles, spending frozen winter nights alone. When he finally had the urge to up and travel to a tourist-flooded city by the tide, where the man he wants to be could finally surface, his old self finally found a place to hide. Well, one day he'll roll back to Old Brown Summit, and passing by the house in which he grew, to gaze upon a young and blooming family, living out the life he never knew. Oh, but looking back, he isn't one bit sour. He grown into an independent man. He never had the will to beg for nothing. He never had the means to bite the hand. How can you learn to love if no one loves you? All the while pretending you don't care. And how could you ever trust the man above you if you've never lived a single day that's fair? But the trees way up atop this mountain don't grow tall like the ones way down below, 'cause they don't need to reach as high, stretching branches to the sky to bring on down the light they need to grow. Bring on down the light they need to grow.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot for putting me next to this guy.
I can hear the Billy Strings influence, man, for sure, in your songwriting and your picking. So you're killing it, dude.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank y'all so much.
All right, y'all. We're moving on over here to Bart Lattimore. How you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing wonderful.
Yes, sir. So where are you from, Bart?
I'm from Cottonville, North Carolina. Well,
I don't know where that's at.
that's right outside of Norwood, which is right outside of Almar, which is right outside of Charlotte.
Okay, I know where most of those are at. Right on, dude. So when did you get started writing music?
I was 18 before I wrote a song. I started out like singing in church and stuff like that. Gotcha. And, you know, my mom knew I was going to be the one because my brother, his first cassette tape he got was MC Hammer, and mine was Bob Marley Legend. So my mom was like already pushing me into that direction. So that was definitely one of my first influences to kind of carry into your next question.
Right on. You've been paying attention, huh? Look out.
I read something on the way in.
So what were your early inspirations then, man?
Well, you know,
Besides,
Bob Marley. I
yeah,
mean, you know, all the like 70s stuff, you know, like my mom gave me a stack of records like Steve Miller Band and stuff like that.
So
obviously Skynyrd. I mean, I play, believe it or not, I know how to play some Skynyrd songs.
Nice. So did you pick up a guitar to sing, or did you pick up a guitar to play a guitar? Like, did you have motive behind that at the time?
Yeah, I knew it. Like I said, I knew I was a singer. Actually, so when I graduated from high school, I moved in with some family friends, and he was a blues player, and he was a lot older than me, and I said, man, I really want to learn how to play guitar, and he gave me a crappy guitar and an Eagles Desperado songbook with all the chords and stuff. So I learned a bunch of Eagles songs, and I went to a coffee shop in Ballantyne, and played my first show. Killed the room.
Got to start somewhere.
The Eagles killed, man.
Good to know. So what about nowadays? What you listen to today?
Oh, I mean, same stuff you guys are listening to, you know, like what you're talking about. I mean, and, you know, everybody knows Tyler. I listen to a lot of Tyler and Sturgill, and I like Brent Cobb, too. He's
one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's so good, man. So,
cool,
yeah,
man.
a lot of the same kind of stuff.
Cool. So what's the name of the song you're going to play for us here?
Man, this is a ditty, actually. I guess I should bring my heat for a song. But I wrote this song about my daughter.
Cool.
Right before she was born. And I made, you know, I kind of was thinking, it's a ditty. It's a short song, and I figure it'll be an hour and a half long by the time she goes off to college. So this is called That's What Daddies Do. Well, all of my life, well, I've been bound for something like you to come and slow me down. Well, now it seems your mom and me were feeling this love the likes we never found. I woke up in the middle of the night for chocolate shakes and biggie fries, and I held mommy's hair while she puked, because that's what daddies do. Well, if you can't tell, Daddy's scared as hell, and Daddy writes all of his fears in his song. And Daddy's friends, they're just as wild as him, but most of that changed once you come along. Hold your hand in the park so you don't scrape your leg. I check for monsters under your bed. I sleep on the floor so they can't get to you. And if them boys ever give you trouble, well, Daddy's got a rifle and Daddy's got a shovel. I'll hold you close if you're ever sad and blue, because that's what daddies do. park so you don't scrape your leg. A check for monsters under your bed. Asleep on the floor by the bed so they can't get to you. Because that's what dads do. Yeah, well, that's what your daddy's supposed to do. Thank you very much.
That was a nice little ditty, dude. Good little ditty. All right, y'all, that first round right there is presented by Waterside Bar and Grill. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Waterside because we love them. Waterside Bar and Grill is a back road bar and grill with live music, great food, top shelf drinks, and more. They're located in Catawba, North Carolina on the north side of Lake Norman up there. And Waterside provides a laid-back lakefront vibe with amazing service, family-friendly lunch hours, and wild Waterside nights. So y'all stop in and check out their wide variety of menu options. Yeah, buddy. Including the craft brews, delicious lunch and dinner choices, and more. And as always, we appreciate Waterside and their outstanding dedication to our local music scene. So y'all give it up for them for helping us out to do this show. And with that, we are going to move right on to round two. Going back over here to Randy. And we got a different question for you. So this round, we're going to be asking each of you guys different questions instead of the same questions. So you can't really cheat this time, so to speak. So what I'm going to ask you, Randy, is what instrument first drew you to music, and what other instruments do you play?
Piano is what first got me interested in music. I play piano and keyboards and harmonica, and can play the bass and drums some too.
How long was it how long did it take you to pick up guitar after you kind of started grasping piano?
My brother got a guitar, but he really wasn't too interested in it. So when he would go play baseball and stuff, I would play his guitar.
Okay.
And it just, the more I played it, the more I was like, man, I like this as much as I do keyboard. It's portable. I can take it to school with me.
Yeah.
Take it down to Grandpa's house, you know.
Plug it in.
Yeah, I don't have to, fool with a bunch of cables and stuff.
The only thing is you got to tune it.
Yeah.
Keyboard's always in tune. That's a nice thing. Right on, man. So what's the song you're going to play for us for round two here?
This is a song I've been carrying around with me for a long time. It's called Love One Another Children. And it's just about, there's a lot of anger and strife in the world right now, and there has been for a lot of years, it seems like. And it almost seems like it's uncool to be happy anymore. So I don't really understand that, but it's just, everybody got to try to love each other. This world might not be here tomorrow, so we got to try to make the best of what we got today. And so with that, here we go. We gotta love one another, children. We gotta believe in one another. We gotta stop all the fighting and the killing. If we want to live to see our brother. We gotta live for one another, children. It's been time for a change. It's been time for a change for a long, long time. We gotta love one another, brother, or else it's gonna be the end of of time. Oh no, the end of time. I know that times are hard and I know the world is rough. But you got to believe and don't take stock in all that false stuff. I know it's hard for you, but if you believe, my brother, it will come true for you, for you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We gotta love one another, children. We gotta believe in one another. We gotta stop all the fighting and the killing. If we want to live to see our brother. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Love one another, children. One another, children. Oh, yeah, yeah. Love one another, children. Yeah, stayed in tune that time.
Yeah. Nice, man. That was awesome. Do you have any recordings of that song?
I do have a recording of that song that I did 20 years ago with this band I used to be in called High Rise Band.
I'm very curious.
But I've got a newer recording of it that I like better that is going to be on my new album.
Okay. In my head, I was hearing like a reggae band in the background.
Oh
for
yeah,
some
that's
reason.
what it's supposed to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Just
You
making
know.
sure, yeah, because I could hear it. I kind of heard it as like a Beatles kind of sound too. In the
Like
other
a
side of my
Beatle
head.
reggae band, I
Okay,
guess.
perfect.
Yeah. And they,
Beatles
I had a
reggae
little
tribute
trip out
band.
back, before the session.
Yes, sir.
Kind of deal.
That was awesome, man. I loved it. All right, we're gonna move on over here to David. David, I got a question for you, man. Do you have a recipe for writing music, and what kind of things get your creativity flowing as a musician that writes music?
No, we don't. Thanks. Next question.
It just happens.
Yeah. No, I don't. I just kind of I just kind of make it very improvisational. I start with something, and it turns into something else. I was sitting at my kitchen table one day and. Ain't no time, and I just wrote this little thing, and I had no idea what the hell it was about. And
You just went with it.
no, then the next day I started writing a verse, and I said, "Oh, that's what that was about."
So when you do stuff like that, do you like put your phone down and record it, or do you just remember it in your head? Or like...
I'll record some of it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's a very useful tactic. That would have saved probably 100 songs of mine. I'd probably have 4 more albums if I would have done that for every
If you
song
could just,
idea
if you
I
could
had.
just find them on the cloud now.
Yeah, exactly. Right on, dude. Well, let's see what this next song's about. What's the name of it?
It's called Louisiana Wind.
All right, cool.
A song I wrote for my mom. My mom was not somebody you'd write a sentimental song about. But I'd probably write something like this. You didn't know that life would be so hard. You didn't know you'd have to keep up your guard. Well, you let those beggars in with the storm clouds rolling in. That Louisiana wind brought you home again. Well, that car packed to the roof, full of kids and full of proof that your daddy knew the truth about that man who broke your heart. Those old birds came home to roost. We should have never let them in. That Louisiana wind brought us home again. Hurricanes and southbound trains sing a song I'll always hear. Goodbye, goodbye. Well, you bought my first guitar, a piano, and a car that I wrecked twice within 1 week. You lost your baby boy, but I never saw you cry. I guess I never understood why that Louisiana wind brought him home for good. Next Friday afternoon, we will all tell you goodbye. We'll read from James about the brevity of life. Say, lay your body down, I will listen for the sound as your spirit leaves the ground, and that Louisiana wind brings you home again. Hurricanes and southbound trains sing a song I'll always hear. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Thanks.
That was sweet. I like that, man. Taking me on a little trip in mind, all the way down to that Louisiana coastline, pretty much. That's what I was seeing. It's like visual. It's pretty cool. Good stuff, David. All right, y'all. We're going to move on over here to Ranford. And I think I accidentally mixed you guys' questions up. My bad.
all good.
But either way, I like knowing all these different things about y'all.
Yeah, you did mix them up, by the way.
You had a different answer
That's
prepared?
not what I got in the email.
See, he paid attention.
Y'all got an email?
He's paying attention, right?
I think it was that we switched chairs, actually.
That's the other thing too. Yeah, we did switch the chairs around tonight, and it's everything's a little different. We got all kinds
This
of
is
different.
Ranford. I'm David. By the way.
Now that I know that. But yeah, so I'm going to ask Ranford David's original question, which was, do you have a special place or station to write at, or do you just write whenever or wherever something hits you?
I don't really have a special place, but I think just having a quiet spot where you're all alone is really helpful for me, at least. And being out in nature, I think, is a really good place to write. And also just a change of scenery for me, traveling around.
That does it
usually
for me,
sparks
too.
the creativity for me.
Definitely the traveling thing always does it for me. I don't know if it's just like the tires rumbling down the road and kind of making you meditate with the type of noise, you know. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I always get lyrics just running through my head. But that's the worst thing because I can't get my phone out to put them down.
Right.
You know, so there goes those other 10 songs I was going to use for that other album that I haven't done.
That's where the voice memos come in handy.
Yeah, see, I'm not that technologically advanced. I did just get an iPhone, so that might change in the future. We'll see.
Yeah.
But for the time being, I just try to remember some of that stuff when I'm driving. Doesn't
Yeah.
work that good.
Hard to do.
Really hard to do. But yeah, I totally agree. And I bet you being up in like Boone and stuff, I'd be going up, sitting on like a ridge and just like
by a
writing songs
river.
every day if I could.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Heck yeah, brother. So what's the name of this next song you got for us?
This next one's an older one of mine. This one's called Back Burner. It's about just being strung along by somebody. I'm sure a lot of us have felt that feeling before. If you have, you know, it's probably not a very good feeling. But here we go. This is Back Burner.
When the sun burns out tonight, will you hurry back to that old second choice? I hear the moon is just as bright. Now whose name do you call that in that tired, raspy voice? From 100 miles away, I knew I'd hear you say some days you could never find the time. Sometimes you see the days ahead, sometimes they just creep up from behind. Some days it seems the back burner is the only place for me. Some days it seems the back burner is the only place for me. When I split town last week, I figured we would speak, but now we don't. I was right there by your side. What you needed, I provide, but now I won't. From these mountains in the west, I can tell you are a mess. Now you got me feeling just the same. Sometimes you're like a diamond shining at me through a busted picture frame. Some days it seems the back burner is the only place for me. Yes, some days it seems the back burner is the only place for me. When the streets began to flood, and We're deep down in that mud, will you remember? Things we made ourselves with help from no one else, we forget. From this frigid cold up north, I can see just what you're worth to a man who tends to sit and think like me. All but lately I can't tell if we're the way we said we'd never be. But some days it seems the back burner is the only place for me. Some days it seems the back burner is the only place for me. Yes, some days it seems the back burner is the only place for me.
Wow.
Can somebody switch with this guy?
Right?
I'm just kidding, man. Thank you.
Man, that was good stuff, dude.
That was beautiful.
Thank
Yes.
you, man. Appreciate you.
All right, y'all. We got one more song before we take a little break here. And we're going to move over here to Bart Lattimore. And I'm going to ask him, hey, Bart,
I'm awake.
how do you know when a song is done? And do you road test songs or do you go straight to recording?
Oh, no. I've written 1,000 songs, but I've only finished like 30 of them. Yeah. So this is my formula. This is what I usually do. So I usually go to the same place. I go out to my little patio, my little bar area, and I'll sit out there if I get an idea. I have a couple cocktails, and then I'll start writing. And I never finish it. I never, rarely, sometimes I finish them, but I rarely finish them in one sitting. And I'll sleep on it. And if I wake up the next morning, and I'll record it, and if I listen to it, most times I'm like, wow, that's awful, But sometimes I'm like, yeah, we'll let that one stay. Come on over to the team.
Let's polish this a little bit.
Yeah, so that's what I do.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same way, man. But so like,
But I always drink when I write.
that helps.
Go ahead. You're doing this thing. What am I doing?
No, we're all doing this, man. I was just kind of trying to get back at, like, how do you really know when a song is done, though? Like, do you ever go back and add stuff to songs, or do you know when to call it quits?
I guess it's just a feeling. I mean, that goes to show. So there's just a bunch of songs that I'm like, man, this is a great song. And one day I'm going to write a bridge to it, but then I just record it and never write that bridge.
Okay.
So
I got you.
I'm pretty much I'm pretty inconsistent. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, let's see how inconsistent this next song is.
So we went over what songs I was gonna play, and I wanted to kind of vibe it out. I think you guys can handle this one. I will say this: don't do drugs. This is a song I wrote when I was touring. And it's just about what I was watching around me. And this is one of my favorite songs that I've ever written, and a lot of times I can't play it. So this is called "Why Don't We Get Drunk Like We Used to." Look at my wife back there. She's like, "Why are you playing that song?" We're gonna make it work. And I also smashed. So I'm a carpenter, and I smashed my finger with a sledgehammer a couple weeks ago. So I'm gonna try to play this one. We'll see if it happens. Why don't we get drunk like we used to? Everywhere I go seems the same. Why don't we get drunk like we used to? Everyone I know wants to do cocaine. Well, you see a good buzz to me, well, it's a little bit in between. I don't want to be too high, not too low. Every time, let me stop. Here recently I found out every time I snorted that powwow, well, it made me sneeze and it burned my nose. Why don't we get drunk like we used to? Everywhere I go seems the same. Why don't we get drunk like we used to? Everyone I know wants to do cocaine, stay off drugs. Standing there at the bar by myself, but my face was numb and hell I couldn't smell. Now I'm almost certain I was white as a ghost. Then that thought popped into my head. All I really wanted was my own bed, to smoke some weed and drink alone. Well, on the fifth day, we're still away. We're drinking warm beer to stop the shake. And why would a saint man do this to himself? I'll hibernate for a couple of days. I'll wait for Friday when I get paid. Then I bounce back, then I do it again. Why don't we get drunk like we used to? Everywhere I go seems the same. Why don't we get drunk like we used to? Everyone I know wants to do cocaine. Everyone I know wants to do cocaine. Thank you very much.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Where'd that come from? All right, man, that was killer. I think that was a ditty too, but it was a different kind of ditty than the first ditty you done.
I'm a ditty writer, man. I don't like bridges.
You done?
Okay? I just end up burning them.
He done did a ditty. All right, y'all, we're going to take us a little break, but before we take a break, I'm going to tell you a little bit about one more of our sponsors. After I grab this little cheat sheet right here. And this sponsor that I'm going to tell you about is Mooresville Tattoo Company. Mooresville Tattoo Company is a reputable tattoo shop owned and operated by Mark T. Evans. Their tattoos are for serious collectors, and they are second to none in quality and style. Each of the in-house artists have their own distinct approach to their art, and their portfolios exemplify their professionalism and flexibility. Check them out on social media for tons of examples of their high-quality work. And we just want to give a big thanks to Mooresville Tattoo Company for always supporting local music. So be sure to make Mooresville Tattoo Company your next choice for that ink you've been thinking about. With that said, y'all, we're going to take a little 15 or 20-minute break and get some fresh air, and we'll be back with 2 more rounds of music. So y'all stick around, and we'll see you in a few. All right, y'all. We're getting ready to get fired up for round 3 of Roots in the Round, episode 6. Before we do that, I'm going to tell you about our third sponsor this evening, and that is A&A Sales and Service in Statesville. And A&A is a small family-owned business located in Statesville that's been serving Iredell County and surrounding areas for the past 16-plus years. They originally started servicing and selling pre-owned cars as a father and son business to help people in the area, but they have grown over the years, and now they have 15 employees, and they've also become a factory-authorized Massey Ferguson tractor dealer and agriculture service center. So we just want to say thank you to A&A for supporting live local music, and y'all let A&A Sales and Service help you and to be of service for your needs in the near future. So if y'all will give a round of applause for them for supporting local music. We're going to move back over here to Randy to start out round 3 here. And I'm going to be asking everybody the same question here, and I might talk a little bit more to you about some other random things. But the question is, what was your first real gig?
Paying gig?
Yep.
Okay, it was at Nancy's Dinner Hole in Birch River. I was 12.
Nice.
12. So I was playing in bars underage. And I think maybe an earlier paying gig than that, I played like a school dance and we made $10 each. It was like elementary school kids.
Right on. Were you playing piano for those?
I was.
Okay, gotcha. When did you actually start like playing the guitar more than the piano, or do you just kind of play
I
them
do
equally?
both equally as
Okay.
much, and started really bringing the acoustic guitar out, especially around 2007.
Cool.
Maybe a little bit earlier than that.
And I was talking to Randy a little bit before we got started too, and we were all sitting here just kind of fascinated about how he plays his guitar on his lap like that. And I was like, "Hey man, did you ever play like upright, like we play our guitars?" And he said, "No, right? You said you couldn't play."
No,
a
I
lick.
can't play it at all like that.
I
Not
find
at
that
all.
so fascinating because if I set mine like this, there ain't no way I'm gonna be able to do nothing either. That's crazy, man. So, what's the name of the song that you're gonna do for us here?
I don't know. Are we doing 2 more originals or one more original and a cover?
2 more originals. We cut the covers out of this show just for copyright
All
issues.
right. All right. Well, I'm going to do this song that I wrote around the same time that I wrote Beyond the Door, about 2 weeks earlier. This is another one of them songs that came to me in the middle of the night. Came to me about 5 o'clock in the morning. And a lot of stuff has changed in my life since I wrote this song, so some of the song's not as factual as it was when I wrote it.
Interesting.
But the song called I Want to Be Happy Like I Used to Be. And kind of got a Paul Simon vibe to it. See if I can get it going here. I want to be happy like I used to be. No worries on my mind, lighthearted and free. I want to be happy, Lord, sing my song. The whole world might like it, want to sing along. All around the world, sing a happy song. I want to play music the way I used to do. Not singing for my child, just singing the blues. I wanna play music, Lord, have a good time. Get out my guitar, go out of my mind. Jam with my friends, leave the world behind. I wanna be happy the way I used to be. No worries on my mind, lighthearted and free. I wanna be happy, Lord, sing my song. If you can see my smile, you might sing along. All around the world,
this song.
Do 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 do.
Sometimes I wonder where my happiness goes.
Yeah, thank you. But since I've written that song, I got married and we got 6 dogs and a house full of fun, and so I'm really happy now. So that's
Yeah, man. That was a bop. That was a bop right there, y'all. Just so you know.
What was that?
oh, and I
a
got
bop.
some bootleg CDs.
Now you know.
I got some bootleg CDs in the truck. We got like 8 of them,
Sweet.
and they're recorded by some country boy, Mark T. Evans.
Oh.
Made the recording.
Who dat?
And they're unplugged and just whatever.
Right on, man. Yeah, y'all
Raw
check them
dog,
out on the break and get you one. Put it in your car on the way home. We're going to move on over here to David. And I don't know why I'm looking at these questions because I think I know what the question is. When was your first real gig, man? Paying gig.
First real paying gig is my friend Chuck and I, my guitar teacher actually hired the two of us. We had a little duo, and he hired us to play a party at his house.
Oh, okay.
And somewhere in a scrapbook, I actually have a little dollar bill that we saved. We got paid more than $1, but
Yeah, right. Gotcha.
he had a couple of tips, so we saved that $1 bill.
Very cool.
We probably got paid like $20, you know.
Fair enough back then, you know. It's better than nothing. At least you can remember it as your first paying gig, like I said, you know.
Yeah, I can still remember it.
That's awesome, dude. What's this next song you're going to play? I've been enjoying the last couple songs.
I think this is called Ain't No Time. I was sitting around my kitchen table. I said something about that before, and I just started a chorus, and then I figured out what the song was about later. Ain't no time, no time, no time. Ain't no time, ain't no good time. Ain't no time, no time, no time, no time. She said goodbye to him yesterday while the paint was still drying in their brand new place. She slammed the door in the middle of the night. He said, don't leave me now, no, the time ain't right. But she said that there ain't no time, no time, no time. Ain't no time, ain't no good time. Ain't no time, no time, no time for goodbye. 2 in the morning out on I-85, screaming down the highway, he felt so alive. But the wheels turned left and the car turned right, and everyone said it must have been his time. But I say that there ain't no time, no time, no time. Ain't no time, ain't no good time. Ain't no time, no time, no time for goodbye. And when do I say that our time is gone, all is lost and we must move on? When do I say I'm so sorry now for all that we did and all that went wrong? Well, you know what she said. Well, there ain't no time, no time, no time. Ain't no time, ain't no good time. Ain't no time, no time, no time for goodbye. no time, no time, no time. Ain't no time, ain't no good time. Ain't no time, no time, no time for goodbye. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ain't no time. Ain't no time. Ain't no time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very cool, man. That one's gonna be stuck in my head. I can already tell.
Yeah, sorry about that.
When I edit it, it's gonna get like ingrained because I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
watch it like 5 times. So thanks. That's
I
a
hope
good
it doesn't
one.
have it 4 in the morning.
I'm gonna be
Wake
si-
you up. Yeah.
I'm gonna be singing harmonies with it when I'm editing. Ain't no time, no time. Yeah, it's good stuff. Cool, man. We're gonna move over here to Ramford, and same question, man. When was your first paying gig?
Yeah, I believe my first gig was a coffee shop right down the road from me when I was 9 or 10 years old. That's when I started playing kind of solo around Greensboro.
Oh, I thought you said down the road from here. I was like,
Oh,
what?
no. Yeah, right down the road from my house.
I
back home.
gotcha. Right on, man. About how old were you?
I think 9 or 10.
Oh, wow.
So, yep, I
You got
started off
paid?
on the fiddle at a young age, and that was right about when I picked up the guitar.
Cool. You still play fiddle?
Not as much as I should, but I still remember a good bit on it.
Well,
And,
we're looking for a fiddle player in one of my bands.
Oh yeah, I might need some practice before that.
So you might have to play some more, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Right on, brother, man. So what's the name of this tune you're going to do for us?
This next one here is called Gates of Gold. I wrote this one. I was under the impression that my lady was moving to San Francisco. I went home all sad and everything, and wrote this song. And the next day, I called her, and she was like, "Yeah, the flight's booked. I'll be back in 2 weeks." So this is kind of just an overreaction on my part, but still a good song, I think. It's Gates of Gold.
Your voice has got me thinking it's too good to be true. My doubts got me imagining a lifetime without you. My vision of a traveling life is not the same as yours. The pain behind supporting minds seeping through your pores. You could step off on the wrong foot, but at least there's one in front. And there's really nothing more to life than chasing what you want. Well, beggars can be choosers, but it's always worth a try. Can't hang around this college town till the day we die. It was all too reminiscent of the way I felt before. Small talk in the foyer as you're headed out the door. And there's so much love between us, it'll never set you free. There's comfort in the thought of you waiting around for me. So slip on those stilettos and step into the sun. I was under the impression that our lives had just begun. And now I've seen it all, but I still barely felt a thing. And I'm digging me a hole again. You're dusting off your wings. Compliments and money making tie you to a town. But one day all that silver in your pocket weighs you down. And you can throw it on a crapshoot or give it all to charity. But the one thing you won't never spend is another day with me. 'Cause you'll be crossing bridges and climbing gates of gold, flirting around with newness while you're kicking out the old. And me, I'll be right here, living pretty much the same, leaning on this hustle like some old walking cane. And it'll always keep me rolling further on from home, with a conscience growing louder over every mile I roam. My ears will not stop ringing, my back is always sore from lugging around the memory of the way it was before. So let's strip off what we're wearing, go dancing in the rain, with the thunder rolling over like an endless southbound train. I'm beat from all this begging, I've done everything I can. Well, you'll know where to find me. If you need a place to land.
Sweet, man. There's one line I really liked. Beggars can't be choosers, but at least it's worth a try. Is that what you said?
Yep.
That was a cool line,
Thank
man.
you, man. Appreciate
Loved
it.
Awesome, y'all.
Should we just let this guy play the rest of the time?
Sheesh. Well, you're gonna have to come up and do one now next, Bart. So what you got?
we'll
What
see
you
what
got,
I can come
man?
up with.
I got to ask you though about the gig question. What was your first paying
I already
gig?
told you, man. It was at the coffee shop. And,
That's right.
And, I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you my favorite gig. How
Okay,
about
let's
that?
do that. Yeah,
let's do that.
I got another secondary question.
So I got a call out of the blue. This was probably like 12 years ago. And my buddy said, "You playing tonight?" I said, "No." And I was living in Charlotte at the time. I was living in Plaza Midwood. And he said, "Do you want to open for Dustin Diamond at the Comedy Zone?" So yes, I did. So I have a few songs that they're very X-rated and they're dirty as hell. And he was like, "I want you to do those." And it was a big crowd too. And my dad was there, and I didn't even know my dad was there. So he heard me say something. So that was my favorite one, was opening for Dustin Diamond. And then we partied all night. And the cool thing was, so he asked me, he said, I asked him, I said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I want to show you the city." I said, "What do you like?" He said, "I like shitty punk rock bands, and I like tall boys of PBR." So I took him to the Milestone. So yeah, I took him to the Milestone, and we partied all night. And
Right on, dude.
that was a good time.
That's the place to do that.
Rest in
right
peace,
there.
Screech.
So what song are you gonna play for us, brother?
So this next song I actually wrote about when me and my beautiful wife first got together. We did a lot. I was touring in a band, and I just getting off of that, and we bounced around a lot in the beginning. We had a young child. We lived in Wilkesboro for a while. We lived on an organic vegetable farm with her parents, and we learned how to farm, and we literally broke everything back down to the basics, and it was perfect for us because we loved it, and we found our true home in one of our favorite homes was on Fortune Street, and that was in Charlotte, and I wrote a song about it, and it's called Fortune Street. So.
Right on, brother.
Well, I made a... Now, let me do this again. Sorry, guys. I messed up. I'll leave it up to me, man. I'm following this guy, you know. Well, I made a promise to see you tonight. Hell, it ain't too. You know what? I'm playing it in the wrong key. Can I try it again? They said they've never had anybody mess up. I've messed up like 8 times.
You're
so
good.
we're gonna do it again. It's in G. Sorry.
Oh, you're good, brother, man. What was the name of the song again?
Fortune Street.
Right on.
Well, I made a promise to see you tonight. Hell, it ain't too far. Well, as a cardinal flies, we'll take your second left on Fortune Street. We're 2 houses down from that old oak tree. It's just you and me. Where we'll drive until we find a place to go, with a grocery bag that's full of clothes. Where we'll ride until the gas is halfway gone. Well, the good Lord willing, we'll make it back home. Well, and there ain't no rivers or valleys that'll keep me away from you tonight. 'Cause you're my light. It ain't about how much you love someone, but true love's forgiveness for the things they've done. Well, love is easy when love don't hurt, but you love the man when he's at his worst. Well, and there ain't no rivers or valleys that'll keep me away from you tonight. Well, and there ain't no rivers or valleys that'll keep me away from you tonight. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. I couldn't wrote that one out to you.
Yeah, you definitely found the right key on it, man. You sounded great.
Yeah, why did I play that in C? That was awful. Can we edit that out?
That's why we're not live streaming.
I'm glad we didn't do that.
Right on, dude. Loving the music tonight, guys. We got one more round left. And for this round, I just want to get some information from each artist about where y'all can find their music online. And, Randy said he's got some CDs here, I think approximately 8 non-cased CDs that are hand-burnt. So y'all want to get your hands on those tonight. So what else you got available for people to listen to, Randy?
I got a Randy Gilkey music page on Facebook. Okay. And a YouTube Randy Gilkey music thing. I actually got to get me a good web person to help me do some new stuff.
I hear you.
Because I'm working on new content and got to keep that train rolling all the time. I'm in 4 or 5 different bands also, so I'm a pretty busy guy, but got to make some time for my own music too, you know.
Of course. Yeah, especially with what we heard tonight. I want to hear more, man. So
Thank you.
Please do some of that for us. So what's this last song you're going to do for this round, man?
Well, was undecided whether I should do a serious song or do another silly song. So
What y'all think?
I'm gonna do a serious song. This one's going out to my dad. He passed away in July, but I wrote it for him a few years ago, and I wrote it when I was drinking too much, and I knew I was kind of off the rails a little bit, and I just wanted to let Dad know, I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna get it together, and I did. I quit drinking 5 years ago, and I couldn't handle it no more. I'd be passed out by the jukebox at the end of the gig, So I had to say, okay, it's enough of this for me. But this song is for him, and I hope I can get through it without crying or whatever, or forgetting the words. Because last few times I've did this song, I've messed it up. I think I knew that, Dad's end was coming soon and stuff like that. But God, give me strength to try to do it here. Let's see. Dear Father, do you still believe in me? Or have I gone too far down some old road where I shouldn't be? I'm feeling like I've hurt you, and the sadness in your eyes is a reflection of the dreams you had I could not realize. Dear Father, you just got to understand. Now I've got my own ideas of who and what I am. The music changes, so did I, and that's the way it goes. But I've got to find my own dreams and ride them where they go. I hate to see you growing old, but I'm not that far behind. And I know the way I've lived my life weighs heavy on your mind. There were times we both were right, but still we both were wrong. There's no doubt in my heart that I loved you all along. It's for you I wrote this song. Dear Father, I just want to let you know that I straightened up and slowed it down like I should have long ago. I finally learned my lesson, and I finally understand. You taught me so long ago what it means to be a man. And I promise every day to do the best I can. Dear Father,
Thank you. That was great, man. Yes, yes, indeed. Beautiful. Randy Gilkey, y'all. Thank you. All right, David Cortello, where can everybody find you online, my friend? As far
It's
as
been
music.
another year when I actually start putting some stuff out there. I've got stuff on a YouTube channel, but it's just such like, it's like everything. It's just like no.
So what about your?
Some of it's some of it's my tunes, and some of it's like stuff I wrote in college and stuff, and it's not songs.
not the representation you want for your music, basically.
No. So I need like an organization that helps musicians market themselves. If
Hey.
you know of anything like that,
I feel like I know
let me
some
know.
people, right? Man, you made me forget what I was gonna say. What about your band that you were talking about? What was the name of that? Don't Know Jack?
Don't Know Jack is my band. We're playing around the Hickory area. Yeah.
Right on. Cool.
And
You got any
and
gigs
we've
coming
actually
up?
started doing some originals, and the band is into that, so we're going to do some more originals. And it's like everybody's excited about tunes. Like we get the texts. I just had 3 texts a minute ago in my back pocket here, and I'm thinking this is somebody saying, "Oh yeah, let's do Separate Ways by Journey." And I'm like, who's going to sing that? So Don't Know Jack. You can find us around Hickory, and just basically a 5-piece rock band, and yeah.
Cool, man. We'll get some people out your way. What's the name of the last song you're gonna play for us?
I think I'm going to do a song called "I Will Be There." I was recently separated, and I was living in this little apartment / house, and I was having some rough days and rougher nights, and I think I kind of dreamed up a phantom woman that I imagine might exist somewhere, and. I'm married now. I found out that a real one's better. Usually. I think I know all the words to this one. I feel you every morning, your breath in my hair, your arms wrapped around me, your heart in my care. You hold me like fire, but I do not dare to wake up because you are not there. I see you in the sunlight, in the glare that makes me blind. I feel you in the moonlight, in the mist and in the shine. But when I see you in my dreams, I have only one prayer. When I wake up, you will be there. I will be there, waiting for you, waiting for you. Face of madness, there lies a broken soul. Beneath each smile there lies a heart longing to be whole. Beneath the shadow and the light and all the things we've shared, I know I'll wake up and find you there. I will be there, waiting for you, waiting for you. In the silence in between the darkness and the light, I hear a howling freight train screaming warnings in the night. Blood, sweat, and tears are shed to learn what's wrong from right. You will find me searching for the light. I will be there waiting for you, waiting for you. I will be there, waiting for you, dreaming of you, dreaming of you, dreaming of
That was really cool. I love those melodic lines you were doing on the guitar. Just kept
Thanks.
it moving and drove that song. That was awesome, man. Love
Thanks.
it. All right, y'all. That was David Cortello. Let's hear it one more time. So, Ranford, can you let our audience know where they can find you online and about your band and where y'all are going to be?
Yeah, definitely. We have an EP out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream. We also have a full album on the way. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, get updated on that. We also have a bunch of shows around North Carolina coming up. You can also see those on our social media.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man. I look forward to checking out some of the recorded albums and different music and kind of check out the different context after hearing you by yourself and then hearing it with a group. And I like doing that.
Thank
It's really
you,
cool.
man. Absolutely.
What's the name of the last song you're going to do for us, man?
This last one is called Old Soul. It's just about when you come across someone you feel like has been here before.
Old soul, it's clear that you've been here before. Like the war zone outside the door. Well, nothing feels new anymore. Old soul. Beauty, the finest that I've ever seen. You're stepping right out of my dream in a strangely familiar scene. Well, none of this feels like the first time around. We drifted this river for miles into town. And just as I anchor, we call it a day. An old soul is passing my way. Sandstone rolled down my spine. She walks as the cold Columbine. She's stolen my sense of time. She's dealing a hand to my mind. Sunrise won't always be here. It'll blur in the bath of our tears as we grizzle and grind through the years. Well, none of this feels like the first time around. We drifted this river for miles into town. And just as I anchor, we call it a day. An old soul's passing my way. new anymore. Oh, so, oh, so, oh, so.
Yes, indeed. Ranford Almond, everybody. All right, y'all. Getting ready to close out the night here with Mr. Bart Lattimore. And can you tell us where
Why
you're...
you gonna make me play after this guy? I know, right? I say it every time.
I've seen you looking at me like, oh my gosh, what's happening right
I'm
now?
looking at you like... Nah, dude, you're beautiful, man. Seriously.
You too.
I mean that.
You too.
Yeah, everybody tonight's been just killing it, man. I love it. So yeah, just let's let the listeners know where you're going to be, where we can find you online, and let them know about your band.
You're probably going to be swiping my commercials here soon for the peanut thing. That's a real thing. You're probably going to be like, oh, I know that guy. And then you're going to see me 8 more times, and you're just going to skip the ad. But I'm in a band called The Old North State. We play all around North Carolina.
Yeah.
We like to call ourselves Heavy Honky Tonk. We started as a country band, and we ended up a rock and roll band. And there's a lot of influence of blues, rock and roll, and a lot of country, because it's just where I'm steeped in.
Yes, indeed.
And we've released a bunch of shows we're gonna close out 2022 with a bunch of big shows. So you guys look it up. You can look it up on YouTube, Spotify, all that stuff, Facebook, Instagram, or you can just go to we got TikTok. We got it. I got one. I got 8 videos on there. One of them's got 2,000 views on it. Yeah.
You made it.
Well, I know, it was hard to book me, okay? That and you can do what I do with everybody else's music and look it up on YouTube because it's free that way.
Yeah.
And then you got to watch me on the ads. So.
So I was gonna see if maybe you'd play that song you sound checked with, because
that's what I was gonna do. So my wife wanted me to play this other song, but I feel like this is more appropriate because this one's real. So I wrote a song about moonshine. It was about a guy that I grew up with, and it was very, very loosely based on him, because looking back on it now, like some 40-some-year-old dude selling 13-year-olds moonshine's probably not that cool anyways. but This next song is I wrote it as somebody else, but it's all my experience. I've lived in poverty my whole life, and I think that rich people need to be taxed more. So this is called "Save a Little Money for Me."
Hard. Well, that's the way he was raised. He was fine just to getting by on the little that he made. Don't you know things was going all right? They were comfortable, it seemed, till Uncle Sam and the tax man said, did you save a little money for me? Money for me. Did you save a little money for me?
that's when times got hard. So Papa's tiller and an old guitar. Well, under the table is one he made. Well, busting ass from dawn till dusk. He saved enough for a pickup truck. The man still got a piece of that Chevrolet. Did you save a little money for me? Did you save a little money for me? Take one. Desperation sets in. This is the story of a broken man. I have seen your American dream, but did you save a little money for me? Bobby know that he worked hard. That's the way he was raised. He was fine just getting by on the little that he made. Did you save a little money for me? Money for me, money for me, money for greed, money for greed, money for greed, money for greed.
Sheesh. How am I going to follow that? Man, all right, y'all. That's been episode 6 of Roots in the Round. I just want to give a big thanks to all our sponsors, musicians, and crew. Randy Gilkey, David Cortello, Ranford Allman, and Bart Lattimore. Iredell Arts Council, Grassroots Entertainment Group up there, Waterside Bar and Grill, Mooresville Tattoo Company, A&A Sales and Service, Gene with M1, Emily back here working the camera, Mark working the camera, and
Let's give it up for our host.
yeah. My name's Brian Olson, and we'll see y'all for the season finale in 2 months of Roots in the Round.
Now let's all go to the bar.